Tim with the University of Vinyl. This is episode 7 of a continuing series focused on jazz titles and collecting jazz records called Deep Focus Jazz. And, you know, I've been putting these out over the last year kind of sporadically, only when I think I have an interesting topic or maybe an aspect of collecting that I think is worth sharing. So today is all about the allure, the magnetic allure of original pressings. First issue, first year original pressings. This is something that I probably can't do for those really, really classic Blue Note titles. Have you seen some of the final auction pricing, the winning bids on Jazz Record Center in New York? Very, very famous eBay auctions. I might put a couple screenshots up, but that is out of my league. I am not going to go down that kind of a rabbit hole. I did a whole episode of Deep Focus Jazz talking about the Black Bee, the reissues from 71 to 75. And they're fantastic sounding pressings that you can find for between $30 and $75. They're creeping up. But I've had really good luck, and they sound amazing. And if you can find the specific pressings that have RVG or Van Gelder in the dead wax, you know you're getting a direct provenance, a direct stamper and a pressing from those original master tapes that were mastered by Rudy Van Gelder, and they sound great. But today, I want to talk about a couple other labels that are still pretty affordable, very affordable. And I think you could tell from that vignette that I did that I have a deep reverence, a deep respect for original pressings. And let's start here. I mean, this thing, this is absolutely amazing. This is the first title that Sonny Rollins did on the Impulse label. And I think you probably got a good view of this in the opening portion of today's video, but look at this. Look at the pristine nature, first of all, just the jacket, okay? And can we agree, these Impulse titles, wonderful laminated covers, maybe that's a varnish. You know, I've got a little bit of a bubble over down here occurring. A little bit of a bubble here as well. It's really hard to pick up. But you don't see titles like this in this condition. And I tell you what, I have been eyeing this record for over a month now at a local shop. I've already picked up a Sonny Stitt title from there and a couple other things. The Coltrane and Milt Jackson record, Bags and Train, perfect copy of that. This included the original inner sleeve. It's absolutely pristine. So this record store here in town stumbled upon a really, I mean, this is just, it's nearly mint. And sure enough, the original label, very, very pretty. Van Gelder in the dead wax. It was a no-brainer. It was working my brain for over a month, and I would go into this shop maybe once a week, once every couple weeks, and I would take another look at this thing. It's like, wow, it's still here. It's still here. The record, the price was $70. That is under the Discogs Medium that's currently for sale. And this thing is in near mint condition. there's a time where you just got to say, hey, you know what? I'm a big Sonny Rollins fan, first of all, but if you see something like this in this condition, it's really hard. It's really hard to kind of leave that there. And sure enough, I brought it home after kind of looking at this record for probably close to 6 weeks, and no one else had picked it up. It would have been very easy for me to just go on to Amazon or Acoustic Sounds and look for a well done reissue, something like this. But there's something to be said for, I get a different, I don't know, man, I get a different feeling when I'm in my listening room. I'm putting an original pressing that is 59 years old in dead mint, well, near mint condition. I've got no surface noise here, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it's just breathtaking. And there's a different feeling. There's a different respect. And the record has more of your attention when you know that you were putting down an original pressing, such a pristine, a preserved pressing. So, and on top of that, the music is fantastic. So this is just kind of a video. I mean, I don't want to like blow the trumpet and like, look at me. It's kind of a victory lap. I'm just going to admit that, hey, I am super pleased to have this in the collection. And original pressings, there is definitely a magnetic pull there. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about today. And the other thing is, are you following your favorite local record shops on Instagram? Do they have an Instagram account? Hopefully they do. And it can be the bane. it could be a problem for your pocketbook. So there is one of my favorite shops in town. I've talked about Charles before, and Driver8 Records. It's in the old town of Fort Collins, Colorado, where I live. And he put up a post. And I'm going to actually show that post, I think. But here is the record. This was the first Thelonious Monk record that he had signed to Columbia. It was kind of a big deal. A lot of the music on here had already been kind of released in various other iterations. But this is a breathtaking record. I mean, it's just amazing. And similarly to Sonny Rollins on Impulse, this thing is in fantastic condition. Where's the record? Let's take a look at that. Let's take this out of the sleeve. Carefully, everybody. There it is, the Columbia 2i. This was one of the Pittman pressings. You'll see a little P in the dead wax. I mean, come on. Look at this. This was very, very fairly priced at $50 even. Go on Discogs, try and find a near mint copy, an original pressing of Monk's Dream on a 2i Columbia pressing for $50. Good luck. There's always going to be stories of people that are getting lucky and finding, a treasure trove of records in some obscure antique mall. But here in late 2024, $50 is fine. I mean, if you think about the money that you spend on various things, to have this in the collection, to be able to put this on your turntable, a near mint pressing from 1963 of an iconic record, it's a no-brainer. And if you have music that you love, albums that you love, it's just a little extra special if you can have that original pressing in a really, really good condition. It's a reason that whenever I see this record in the bins, I'll do a double take and I'll just do a double check and say, is this an early pressing of Bridge Over Troubled Water? Because the early pressings rival the Mobile Fidelity reissues that have come out. Most recently, there was another version, another pressing that came out from MoFi in the last 6 months. Looking at the various Facebook posts, forum posts on Hoffman, a lot of people are not happy with the sound. And I now have, it's an affliction, I have 3 pressings on the Columbia 2i. Those were the very, very first pressings that were released in 1970. And if you know the title track, you know it's a difficult recording. It's a very dynamic song. There's a lot going on. And unfortunately, most pressings that you hear, you're going to hear kind of distortion and something kind of not really right in the mix. The best way to hear Bridge Over Troubled Water is on an early pressing, okay? So we veered away from jazz. I hope everybody will excuse me. But original pressings, baby. It is, if you can stomach it price-wise, financially, if it works, if you can come up with the equation and it's affordable for you and your personal circumstances, by all means, enjoy it. Enjoy it while you are kind of shepherding your own collection. And who knows what happens in 15 or 20 or 25 or 30 years with our collections. You know, I haven't even begun to think about what happens next, but I do know what happens tomorrow and maybe tonight. I am going to put these on and just enjoy the music. And you know what? Kind of pat myself on the back occasionally and tell myself I'm winning. God, I hope this doesn't come across as too kind of self-centered. This is a little bit of a different video, but it's what I'm thinking when I am able to bring this into the collection and I'm able to enjoy it. I'm able to kind of pour a quality bourbon or a single malt scotch and just kind of decompress. That's where we are today. Today is Saturday, November 23rd. I'm wishing all of my American viewers and subscribers, thank you for subscribing if you have subscribed. Next week is Thanksgiving. Everyone have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I hope you're with family. I hope you have some downtime and you can relax for a couple days, watch a little football. Detroit! Take care, and I'll be back soon.